Good afternoon, this is Evan with Build Brothers Roofing and Solar doing a digital inspection out here on an architectural asphalt shingle roof. I wanted to point out a couple things here. First thing I look for when I get up on these kind of roofs is I'm looking for the condition of the actual shingle courses themselves. So I'm looking for exposed fiberglass and granule depletion, and I see neither, which is a great sign. You can see the material here, the granules on the shingle course is still intact here. So that's a great sign. I don't see much fiberglass other than a little bit on the outside here. That's that shiny stuff that you start to see as the sun beats down on the roof over time. But the actual material itself in the course of shingle looks to be in great condition. Now, I can tell that this was an overlay project where the last roofing project involved just installing an additional layer of shingle over the existing. So I don't believe it was a full tear off that was done on the last full roof project. The other evidence that leads me to that is the condition of these penetrations here. They look to be well over 20 to 30 years old. You can see the cracking here and the deterioration of the material and how the shingle course was installed over the flashing. So the flashing of this penetration is underneath here. That's how I can tell. You also have two different solar installations. I always like to check the condition and the method in which they were installed. And you can see here that it was installed through the material. I would prefer to see like a flashing over that. But they did install it straight through the material, then seal it. So I do see that from time to time, but we do prefer to see a flashing where the solar was installed here. And you can also see that this was an overlay based on the amount of stretched shingle in this area where the roof ridge meets the plane here. You can see the amount of stretched shingle in this area and in here as well. So not perfectly aligned. And you can see some repairs that were done over time, especially here with this whirlybird vent. You can see how it was sealed with mastic around the perimeter of it. And this, you can see how this project was an overlay. It's probably sealed due to some water infiltration or just an opening that penetration with the vent created. You can see some other tune-ups as well, here and here. And I also wanted to point out this area here, you have a few different tune-ups and repairs. They sealed the valley here. This may have been an area where water was getting through in the past, and so these kind of repairs here are never a long-term fix. They're very temporary. You can already see how it's been cracking as the sun has beat down on this roof. Then right here, I'm not quite sure what's going on. This layer may have been ripped off from here, or they installed a new layer of shingle to seal this here, but it's really loose. You can lift that super easily and see how easy I can lift that. So the adhesion itself has given out in this area. So this could be definitely an area of concern, especially around here as well, where they've had a couple roof tune-ups to seal this penetration with the solar. Here's the older solar installation. And same thing, you have no flashings, at least that I can see, where they have installed into the roof. They drilled straight through the material. And then some other roof tune-ups is updated penetrations. Here you can see how this is a much newer material than what we have shown earlier on the other side of the roof. I like to check how loose or strong or well adhered the material is to the roof. There are some areas where I can just lift it up way too easily. Should not be able to do this, but on plenty of the other parts of the roof, I am not able to do that, and the shingle is still well adhered. So in my professional opinion and recommendation, because the condition of the shingle material looks to be decent and in good shape, This roof has, in my opinion, 5 to 10 years left of serviceable life before I would consider a full replacement project. There already has been tune-ups and repairs done on this roof, so the amount of repairs that would be worthwhile is very limited. I believe the next logistical item for this roof is a full replacement, since it was only an overlay that was installed over the top, but you still will get a significant amount of life left on this roof, about 5 to 10 years before it would be time to consider a full replacement project. I'll make sure to get this video out to the realtor. Thank you.